All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2KF1 first ever 3v3 Tuesday night tournaments. I do believe this will be a weekly event now hosted by the boys from 2KF1, so Flying Finn. Nutters, of course, from AGTV is also assisting along with Azabad, I believe it is. My name is Dinosaurs, and of course, I am joined by your Community Caster of the Year, Rankies.
I've gotten that introduction twice now this week. Thanks very much, Dinosaurs. Yes, of course, Ranky's here, and I'm excited.
Yeah, well, it's my first cast back in the year, so it's good to finally get in. And we actually have quite a good lineup coming here. So we have Elusive Spiral and Shady going up against Dumbo Sarix and Tyson James, who I do believe might be under an alias.
Yes, that should be Soma. That was the team that had entered. So I'm assuming, yeah, it should be Soma. I don't have time to check right now, though. A lot of passing happening in the midfield right now, Dinosaurs.
Yeah, they're definitely going backwards and forwards as Dumbo puts it off the backboard. However, Soma goes up, puts it into the back wall. Sarkis is there to put it center. Dumbo unable to get it on target though, as it just goes wide. So Leafy's going to take it off the back wall and try and play it downfield. But Sarkis being a real pest at the moment and just keeping that aggressive pressure. But Shady has a nice little touch. Dumbo's there, and he's going to send it back out towards the center.
I've just confirmed as well that Tyson James is indeed Soma, so 100% on that one. Should see a nice touch off the backboard here by Cyrix. Reached for it, couldn't quite find it in the end. Spiral and Shady making a play over the top. It's going to bounce down right in front of the net. Cyrix doesn't have time to go for it. It's going to be up to Soma, but Elusive. Oh, touch send it away from him temporarily. Bounce out of the curb now off the ceiling. Up in the air, Shady so close with that attempt. Temporary open net, but we do see Elusive. What a dunk from Cyrix. It's actually going to go in.
Yeah, Sark's reading that very, very well. Nice little touch by Soma to put it on target, forces Elusive across, and Sark's came screaming in from the side, read the line perfectly, got up nice and early, and just got that dunk over his head. So it does look they will put the get that first goal on the net on the board for them. Sorry. As we go back into the second kickoff now, and Elusive puts it downfield very efficiently. However, no one there to follow him up, so a wasted attempt as Soma's just going to tap it downfield. In comes Dumbo though, good intercept as it would have been dangerous if they had got that clear. Elusive comes out of goals. He's going to take it downfield. It's going to go up off this back wall, and a bit of a misplay by Cyrix. As Dumbo, though, sitting in back of net, will be able to help him out there. And once again, Cyrix not getting the touches. He seems to be after a nice little pass there from Spiral into that corner, catches Dumbo off guard, and I believe it was Shady. Yeah, Shady puts it into the back of the net, and we get a quick equaliser.
Yeah, really nicely played here from 988 ping. Dumbo not able to reach for that one in time, was a little bit off target of what he was expecting, so that's always good. Working out well for 988 ping over on the blue side here. And not really too much else to talk about in this game. One would expect that Blah are going to win this, of course, just because of the players that are in it. But don't be surprised. Spiral, Shady, Elusive, very good players in of their own right, of course. So we could see an upset here.
Yeah, well, Spiral's definitely, in my opinion, a underrated player. A few times I've seen him playing, he's always been really solid. Like he's not really a standout player, but at
Good
the same
mechanics.
time, exactly, he's solid. He's someone that you can rely on who will get the job done, and he's not going to make too many mistakes. And he's just a good player. And as I say that, Elusive strips the ball away from Blah there. I believe it was Dumbo who tried to get a bit fancy downfield, and he just got absolutely shreked on by Elusive. And suddenly 988 Ping have a 2-1 lead, and we're only just approaching the halfway line, Rankies.
Absolutely. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of 3 in the semi-final here. Best of 5 is reserved for the grand final. Now, as we were saying, one would have expected Blah to be taking a heavy lead in this, but 988 ping pulling out huge so far. Some nice pass plays happening. Good intercepts, of course, like that one we just seen from Shady onto Dumbo. And more importantly, as you said earlier, Cyrix hasn't really been getting some of the touches that you would expect, as well as Dumbo in defense, not really hitting the ball as much as you would think he would.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's plenty of things you could put it down to. Maybe too much off time, during the off season, or they just haven't really warmed up. I mean, they've been playing for tournaments; they should be warm by now. But yeah, I just guess maybe not his night. Maybe he's not in the right state of mind at the moment, or something else is going on. But yeah, either way, it is still 2-1 to 9-8 ping, and people do have these kind of days where suddenly they stop showing up, and Spiral's going to put it center. It does look very favourable for 908. It is a very poor touch by Dumbo, only putting it to the backboard. And Shady's there. Shady puts it on, but Dumbo with a nice save. Sark's coming in to pop it high. In comes Spiral. Does beat Soma in the air. Elusive's there trying to center it, but unable to get the touch as Dumbo pops up. A nice little touch here, but no one to go for it. So sort of feels like the rotations for Blah are a bit lacking at the moment, Rankies.
Yeah, they've been a little bit off. There's been good teamwork in defense. Obviously, that the save we saw previously from Dumbo and Cyrix popping it high over the net. It's really well played there. They just seem to be having trouble getting it cleared out, but that can be put down to the absolutely amazing offensive rotations we're seeing from 988 Ping. They've done a really good job of keeping it in the Blah half at the moment, but won't be surprised as soon as we see it cleared out and Blah actually get possession that they'll start putting some shots on net and eventually the goals will fall.
Yeah, and in comes Dumbo. A nice little read there. Gets the block on Spiral and keeps it down into the 908 Ping half. As Soma, nice little touch there. Cheeky touch. Puts it up over the head. Dumbo almost getting in there, but Shady getting back just in the nick of time to prevent that shot on goal. Sark pushed in the back net. Soma not able to connect with that play. The Spiral is going to take it up off the sidewall. Puts it towards center. It's towards net. Off the top ball. Elusive. Not able to read the ball correctly. Sark's is up early, but it's not enough. Shady slots it just over his head. Spiral with 3 assists from the 3 goals, so he's definitely getting the Playmaker award.
Cyrix
doing
just
a lot
didn't
of work.
read this. Well, he did, but the shot came over the top. Couldn't get the double jump up in the air in time.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate for him. He got up nice and early too, so he knew it was going to be high, but he just didn't guess, high enough. He wasn't up.
Yeah.
For it, unfortunately. We do see him punish for that. It is 3-1, 20 seconds remaining. Dumbo puts it into the back wall. Spiral is there. It looks like 988 Ping have switched tactics and gone pretty much pure defense at the moment. They have a 2-goal lead. Soma puts it off his roof to the side, but no one to connect. Shady's going to take it down. Sark's going for the BIP demolition, but it's not enough as Dumbo plays it in the corner. It's up high. Spiral's going to go touch on this as he does. Puts it wide, and Shady trying to keep it up. Nice little backflip, keep it pop, but it's not going to stay up. But either way, that first game unexpectedly going to 988 Ping. So well played to them in this game, Rankings. 3-1, a very, solid win. It wasn't really like they were struggling. I actually felt like they were the favoured team watching that game.
Yeah, absolutely. They had complete control over this game. I mean, if you look at the stats, it tells a little bit of the story. Obviously, it's not the entire story there, but the amount of shots that came out from 988 Ping, total of 9, to only 5 from Blah, but more importantly, 5 saves from Dumbo alone. Cyrix and Soma not able to get in defense as much. Only a save each off the back of 988 Ping. Only one of those shots getting through. In the end, that one, of course, one of Cyrix's, assisted, of course, by Soma. So they did some work, just not as much as you would expect. And you really got to give props here to 988 Ping for having as much control over the game that they did. And I look forward to seeing what they're going to bring to us in game 2.
Yes, indeed. So we're already up in this game. Number 2 will be underway shortly. I look at that lineup of Dumbo, Cyrix, and Soma. I look at it as a team that has a lot of passing play potential. I think that would probably where they focus their playstyle towards is that combination of such high skill and high talent, high quality players. But we just didn't see it in that last game. There was no real coordination. We saw it at the very start of the game, but then after a minute, it just sort of like that was it. That was all they had. And they just sort of faltered. So hopefully they'll be able to, continue the form they had in that first minute of the first game, and transition it through, to the long game, and hopefully keep it running.
It's interesting you bring up the fact of the teamwork that coming out from the 3 players here. We're actually going to see a runaway goal here from Spiral to start things off in the first 15 seconds. So really well played to Spiral here. Got a fake out on Cyrix. Challenge came through at the wrong time, unfortunately. As you were saying, the teamwork that could potentially come out from these guys, if we take a look at the tournament history of these guys that we're aware of, as far as I'm aware, Soma does not play with Dumbo or Cyrix an extremely huge amount of time. Dumbo and Cyrix do have prior history with each other in the sense of that back in the days of Abyss, Cyrix with Abyss, Dumbo used to play pretty frequently with them, just as like a sort of a fill-in sub sort of position. However, not so much with Soma, and I mean, Soma is a very passy player, very good on strike. You look at his teammates in Legacy, Groovy Grape, and Aaron. Especially with Groovy Grape, he's the guy that's up the front getting the pass plays happening with the striking. We haven't been seeing that from these guys, particularly Cyrix and Dumbo. Again, you look at Dumbo, he's a very defensive player, really great in goals, and Sykes, pretty all-round player, very good throughout the midfield. So if they work on the passing throughout the midfield, Dumbo can get the ball to Sykes and then forward to Soma. We might see a bit more success in this game for them.
Yeah, it's certainly not wrong in that aspect of that's sort of what they need to do, but whether or not they can transition it remains to be seen, as the pressure from 98 ping is very, very intense at the moment. Elusive actually chips it over there, Dumbo, but Cyrix coming through, getting that touch out. Same with a really soft touch off that wall there, jams it down to Cyrix, but luckily Dumbo is in net to prevent that shot, and up goes Soma, but Elusive beats into the punch, and he's going to put it into that side, while both Dumbo and Cyrix going for that, so sort of feels like communication might be lacking, as there have been a few times on the overlap for balls, but Soma almost putting it in there. It's a great pass from Dumbo, put it center, but now it does look like 98 are going to try and run away with Cyrix with a good challenge. Does put it down, but Spiral beats it in, puts it just above the net, but Dumbo, nice contact there. Shady puts it back on net, but Soma should be there to put it out wide, so danger just narrowly avoided there for, wow! As I say, a bit of a combo play going back there, nearly ricocheting off 3 different players into the back of the net. But Cyrix is going to clear it out, but Elusive, nice read, puts it on target. Dumbo with the backward save as Spiral puts it in that back net, and Soma's going to try and take it downfield. But Shady, the pressure from 988 is intense right now, Rankies.
Absolutely, we've seen a lot more back and forth in the first half of this game comparatively to game 1. But again, looking at the field and the way that the ball is being exchanged, it does seem like 988 ping have a ton more ball control than Blast do. They really need to work on getting that away from him, but the pass plays keep coming out from 988 ping. Spiral to himself out of the corner, plays this really beautifully.
Yeah, and just an unfortunate touch there by Dumbo, just not really getting the flick that he was after, and it sort of didn't catch her eye. Unfortunately dropped straight down in front of the net, and Spiral reading that gets her and puts it in. So we are just over the halfway line, and 988 hold a 2-0 lead over Blah, and Cyrix with a really bad read off that wall and almost gets punished for it, but Soma is there to back him up. So the teamwork, even though it's not working on offense and defense, they're rotating well, so hopefully this is a good sign of things to come. 2 minutes remaining, Dumbo's up nice and early, Spiral with a good read, tries to get the down touch but not able to get onto it, as instead it will bounce out harmlessly. Elusive puts it wide, and Dumbo's going to try and get back onto it here as he does put it down field. In comes Shady, though, puts it towards net. Cyrix is there in net, so he's going to try and play it downfield. Dumbo getting up nice and early, but unable to get contact as Elusive's there. Dumbo with a nice little intercept, puts it towards center. Soma just missing out there, as I believe it was Shady managed to get that touch. No, Spiral, sorry, got that touch a second earlier than him. So they're going to get the clear out, and 988 are keeping the pressure on Blah here and forcing it consistently down into the Blah defensive half. Elusive with a nice little touch around 1, around 2. Almost gets a third, fakes out Soma, but no one's there to back him up. Great little cheeky play there from Elusive. And Shady and Spiral almost connecting there with a good team play, but a minute left, or just over a minute left, Rankies, and we might see a bit of a team play coming out from Blah. Cyrix with a nice little touch in the top bar, and finally we see a return goal coming out from Blah, and that was the team play we've been talking about. Dumbo pops it up to Soma. Soma pops it back up, almost looking for a solo play or to tap it down, but Cyrix just pops up, goes, don't worry, I've got this, puts it into the top crossbar, it drops down, and we see a 2-1 game now, Rankies.
Absolutely, that's the team play we're after. Almost a kick-off goal here from Dumbo, but Shady will be able to reach that one in time. Just a minute counting down now, Venusaurs, and things are looking a little bit better for Blah. However, they still haven't been able to gain that control. The midfield play worked out that time. What a save comes out from Cyrix. That'll be his saviour badge, and Dumbo really looking to take control and possession of this ball. A good challenge comes in from Shady. Cyrix should be up in the air already, but he's not. Spiral will come through to take the shots. A good save out aside from Cyrix. Soma waiting for the right time to try and get this one cleared. Elusive over the top. Spiral looking for a pathway out the corner. It's a massive pinch. It's going to bounce down, but Elusive again. That untimely challenge comes through way too soon. We should be able to see this one cleared out. Dumbo forward for Cyrix, but a good intercept comes out from Spiral. Be Soma in the corner now. Throws this one downfield. Dumbo. Can he do with this? Shady trying to slow things down. Teammates are back in defense. There's a good pass up, and Cyrix will dunk that one down. Ties things up with only 17 seconds remaining. This is what we needed to see from Blah. More possession, more control over this ball.
Yeah, and that was a amazing touch from Dumbo. You know, you put too much on that and it just suddenly pinches out and there goes your chances. But he controlled that pinch against the wall perfectly. He didn't hit it too hard, and got the underside of it, so it just sort of popped up nicely for Cyrix. Cyrix came in and they managed to get that equalising goal, and there are 17 seconds left. A great play there.
Oh!
And Soma puts it into the back of the net. There we go. The team play has awoken for Blah, and a great little touch from Cyrix straight to Soma. Soma rotates off that boost and just a absolutely smashing shot into that net. And we see a 3-2 lead coming for Blah now.
That is what Soma is good at. Particularly along the ground, usually he gets a little bit more lift, but he didn't have to worry about it. As you could see in that replay here, he's seen Elusive had tried to predict flip it, so all Soma had to do was time it so it went just behind Elusive. It's going to go straight in the back of the net. They're actually going to walk away with the winner of this one as it touches the ground in the corner there. And that sends us to the Game 3, the decider. And look, as I said earlier on in the series, you would have expected Blah to walk away with an easy win, but this is shaping up to be quite the exciting semi-final.
Yeah, and Dumbo's actually left, as I do believe he was restricted by time restraints. So it'll be interesting to see what the boys over at Blah will be doing to fix that. So apparently Groovy will be coming in. Just waiting for him to just waiting for him to confirm if the Grape God himself will be coming in. But yeah, that was a really good comeback. You know, a minute left, down 2-0. And suddenly they managed to, you know, sneak it through and ended up getting that win. And Dumbo's actually rejoined, so maybe he's got that extra, you know, he's found those extra few minutes. No, you guys won 2v3. Okay, so Dumbo's been a bit of cheeky.
Could have been a card change.
Yeah. So yeah, could have been a card change. So
he's still got 6 minutes. As far as I was aware, he had to go at exactly 6 p.m. Western Standard Time, and that's 6 minutes away.
Yeah, so or 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Time if you're affected by daylight saving. So we're going to see what happens here with the Dumbo, and if he can continue that good streak he put on pretty much in that last minute. All of Blah actually, you know, pretty much turned on fire in that last minute. So here we go. The kickoff is underway. Game number 3 of this semi-final. The winner of this will go on and play We're Gonna Win This. I think the team name is in the grand final.
We are going to win the LAN.
There you go. We're going to win the LAN. So they'll place them in the grand final. It is a best of 5.
Yep.
And
that
frankly,
is Jake Corsus and Yummy Cheeseman.
So another very strong, you know, pick-up side. Yep. So either way, you know, it doesn't matter who wins. This is going to be a hard fight regardless. And I can't pick a winner for this, Rankies. Like, it could go either way.
It definitely could. You know, I mean, if we manage to see 988 ping regain more of the control they had in Game 1, then this is definitely going to go their way. However, as you said, if we see, you know, the likes of Cyrix, Dumbo, and Soma combine up with the team plays we just saw in Game 2, well, this could easily go their way as well, over to the team of Blah. Yeah,
and both times we've seen the team plays come out by Blah, it's been, you know, it's lasted for about a minute, and that's it. You know, the first game, they started off with it, you know, went for about a minute with it. And then you know, that was it. That's all they had. In the second game, they didn't show up at all until the last minute. Then all of a sudden, all the team plans came out. So it'll be interesting to see where they used their power play of a minute in this game, Rankies. But either way, Elusive with a nice touch. Soma gets up nice and early to intercept those. Spiral putting it into the corner. It's going to bounce off the wall. Dumbo is there, though. And it's a bit of a poor touch as it does hit the roof a bit early. But he follows up with a nice little touch downfield. Elusive puts it up. Shady puts it into the corner. It's going to bounce out nicely. Shady redirects it. Elusive puts it on. Cyrix, though, screaming it's across in the nick of time. Does get the save. Spiral is going to take it down. And it does look like the pressure is still on Blah, as 98 are not giving this up yet. Elusive puts it into the back wall. And Shady puts it back into the back wall. So they're certainly loving these back walls plays at the moment, but it's not really coming to avail at the moment, Rankies.
No, not at all. Hopefully they can find a way through. Here's an opportunity as Elusive gets it crossed for Spiral. Goes far post. Bad choice in my opinion as Dumbo was there for the save. Far post, he might have been able to squeak it in time, but Dumbo was looking good for a save there as well. So ultimately, really well played in defense. The back pass comes out from Soma to Cyrix. You see Spiral over the top. Dumbo needs the touch, doesn't get it, and Spiral places it right underneath. Cyrix had plenty of options there. Chose to put it right underneath Cyrix, a bit risky, but the ball's gone in the back of the goal, and that's all that matters, Dinosaurs.
Yeah, so he actually got up hit the ball over Sparks' head, and then Sparks' head, and then pushed him into the goals, and then put the ball right in front of his nose. So I'm gonna say, yeah, that's right. You caught this. So well played for Spiral. Dumbo with a nice little touch. Both Spiral and Shady are up, and they are actually going to get a joint save there. So very risky play as both players were sort of caught out of a position there. But Dumbo unable to capitalise. It was a good save coming out from 988 ping. Sykes puts it downfield. Spiral is there. It's sort of cutting off Shady though. So a bit of miscommunication is all of a sudden Dumbo has it, puts it into the off the top wall. It drops down nicely. Soma puts it into the crossbar, but stops on Shady. Sykes unable to get there in time. And it does look like a counter-attack coming out from 98. Spiral puts the center. Shady unable to get the jump as he would have liked to redirect that. But Dumbo was there challenging the wall. Sykes with a nice little challenge, pushing it downfield. Soma's there as well as he's up nice and early to stop that big hit. He's going to push it off the back wall, but Shady comes flying in across the face of goals. Dumbo with a bit of a mystery puts on target. Sykes is there to put it back downfield. Elusive plays it off to the side wall. Soma's there, puts it out. A great little touch. Shady's there. And it's pushed back downfield, but Dumbo into Soma, but Soma unable to get that contact. So we're started seeing the awakenings of the team play rankings. They're just not connecting at the moment.
Absolutely, we are. Cyrix had the opportunity earlier on to put one to Soma, but placed it too deep downfield, and Soma couldn't reach it in time. As it developed back in the midfield, we did see Dumbo get the pass across, but Soma wasn't quite ready for that one, so a pass play gone wrong there for them. Here we go off the backboard from Elusive. Spiral gets the touchdown, but Shady can't be there. He's respecting the counter-attack plays that can come out from these guys. A good pass from Cyrix to Dumbo. Tries to squeak it in, but great positioning in defense from 98 ping to get back in the rotations in time. Here we go. Cyrix again trying to set up Soma. Good clear that comes out from Spiral off the side wall. It's on target. No one in net. That's going to be the second goal with only a minute 5 seconds remaining on the clock. It's looking tough for Blah now.
Yeah, but we saw them in this situation the last game. They were 2-0 down with a minute left, and then they brought it back 3-0. So it's 3-2. It's definitely not out of it yet, as anything is possible in this wonderful game. And I'm sure the boys at Blood don't want to go down fighting. They at least want to try and get a goal back, if not two, and try and get the equaliser. And in comes Elusive, puts it into the back wall. Nice little demolition onto Dumbo, forces him to respawn. Sykes with an interesting touch downfield. Dumbo not able to get on it, but Sykes comes off the wall to get it. A nice little cheeky touch there down the field. Chips it over the head of Elusive, or tries to, sorry, as Elusive does actually read it well and will put it downfield. Soma is there to play it into the net. He's going to try and take it off this wall, but Elusive with a good read stops it in that corner. In comes Dumbo. He's a bit backwards there, so he has to recorrect himself before he get the clear. In comes Spiral, sorry, as Dumbo once again gets that touch. Elusive pinches it off the roof, but Soma is there, puts it downfield as Dumbo goes up nice and early. Unable to get the redirect though. That would have been a great play, but in comes Soma, puts it on target. Sykes not able to get there in time, and Shady comes flying over his head and gets the clearance. So 15 seconds left. I don't think Blur are going to be able to bring this back. Rankings, it's certainly looking like it will be 9-8. We'll be taking we'll be advancing to the grand final. As you see the final 10-second countdown now. Shady puts it towards center. Dumbo is there though. Nice little backflip, puts it into the wall. Sykes is there. Nice little touch off the wall, but Spiral with a nice little read there gets the block. Dumbo tries to go up for it, but gets blocked once more by Spiral. Sykes is there. He's going to try and keep it up here as Soma pops up. In comes Dumbo. Dumbo puts it on target. Not enough though, as the ball will drop. So 988 ping are advancing to the grand final, beating the I guess you could say heavily favoured in this match, Blah.
Yeah, absolutely. They were, in my opinion, the heavily favoured ones. They were definitely favoured by me, of course. I guess the plus here is that Dumbo has to go right now, and the fact that they've been eliminated and they're not playing in the grand final, well, they don't have to worry about trying to get a sub in. However, had they've got Groovy Grape in, things could have been very different. The past plays that you see come out between the Great God and Soma himself, the captain of Legacy Esports, are indeed godlike. Could have made the difference, but doesn't really matter. 988 ping played extremely well in this particular semi-final, and they are going to be going up against Jake, Torsos, and Yummy Cheeseman, the team we're going to win the LAN. Not a LAN, so perhaps we might see a 988 ping victory here overall.
Yeah, maybe. Now, Torsos saying they're not a pickup team. I know Jake and Torsos do play for Alpha Sydney.
Yummy Cheeseman is an Alpha Sydney pickup team.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Or you call it Alpha Sydney plus Yummy Cheeseman.
Yeah, Alpha Sydney plus Yummy, or Alpha Cheeseman. There we go. We'll call him Alpha Cheeseman.
Alpha Cheeseman. Got to give a shout out though. Epinite has just resubbed 6 months in a row. In fact, while we get ready for the next match, I'm gonna go through because we had a few shout outs to give. Brett, of course. I don't think that's been shouted out yet. Brett resubbed 6 months in a row last Sunday. Earlier on today, It's Jay Ponage, resubbed for 6 months in a row. And of course yourself, Dinosaurs. We've already seen that. And Flying Finn, the owner of 2KF1. He's resubbed for 4 months in a row. And with the recent edition of the Epinai one there, we're doing quite well, Dinosaurs. So massive thank you to all the viewers who continue to support us. And with that being said, we are going to cut to a short break right now. Sit tight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with the grand final, which is, of course, going to be 988 Ping taking on We Are Going to Win the Line.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Dinosaurs. We are still here for the 2KF1, but we are finally in the grand final. The grand final will be a best of 5 between Where the Lamb, which is a pickup team mixed of 2 players from Alpha Sydney, and of course the lovely Yuma Cheeseman. And I am, of course, joined by the one, the only Rankies.
Thanks very much, Dinosaurs. It's a pleasure to be here casting the grand final of the first ever 2KF1 Tuesdays 3v3 weekly tournament. And it's going to be a good one. The winner of this will be walking away with $15. And I would assume, due to the fact that neither of these teams really have an organization that's going to take a cut of the money, that'd be $5 each for the winners, which is It was quite nice. Something.
Well, it's not bad, for a casual Tuesday night. You play some Rocket League, you earn yourself $5, gets you a few keys. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's a good night out for all out, and we're going to see the game getting underway. So we did just see 988 Ping take a 2-1 victory over Blah, which had I do believe it was Dumbo, Cyrix, and Soma. So a very strong lineup, and now they're going against another strong lineup of Torsos, Jake the Tyrant, and Yumi Cheeseman. And once again, I don't think I'll be able to pick a winner. However, at the moment, I think I am slightly favouring Win the LAN.
Yeah, look, I'd have to agree, especially after this first goal we've just seen drop in. As you said, Torsos, Jake the Tyrant, and Yummy Cheeseman, all very formidable players. But particularly the teamwork that's going to come out between Jake the Tyrant and Torsos as well. They worked really, really well together way before they got picked up by Alpha Sydney. I believe they were Cringe Society before that happened. And Yummy Cheeseman, of course, he's played with a lot of guys. Very fantastic player himself. One of the few keyboard players in the OC region, does quite well.
Yeah, so he definitely gets around a bit. He's played with quite a few players, as you said. He's even brought a few international supporters over the OCE scene, so he's definitely done a little work for the OCE scene as in a whole as well, and he is known to dabble in a bit of casting here and there as well. But either way, he's now on the field as a player, and we see his skills as a player coming out there as he slots one past two defenders after a nice little backwards touch into the backboard. And then a cheeky touch squeezes it past two of the defenders, and he's going to get his name on the board there with the second goal now for Win the LAN.
Yep, all in the first minute as well, so looking great for We're Going to Win the LAN. 988 Ping definitely going to have their backs up against it, I can imagine. The teamwork that's coming out from these guys is absolutely fantastic. Not to say that 988 Ping are lacking in that, they're just having difficulty gaining control of the ball like they did up against Blah. It's going to be a third goal. Almost shooting a bit high there from Torsos, but just within that top shelf region. So there we go. 3 goals in exactly a minute. That's going to be tough to come back from.
Yeah, well, as you were saying, the teamwork between Torsos and Jake will be a key factor here for, I believe it's Win the LAN, or Alpha Cheeseman as I like to call them, as they were actually together on Blitzkrieg as well before splitting off, and then I believe they went to Cringe Society, and now they're playing with Alpha Sydney. But as we say, that 98 Ping, they're not really well-known players, but they're proven already that they can, compete with the big boys. And we see Spiral put it down elusive. Not to get that touch, but Shady is there, puts it into the backboard. It pops up. Spiral looking to try and get the drop down, just misses that touch. It would have been an amazing goal had he got onto it. Instead, it gets cleared out there by Jake and Torsos as Shady with a good challenge puts it towards center. No one going up other than Spiral. So Spiral puts it in the back wall. Jake is there though, so he's going to put it wide. And Yumi Cheeseman is going to take it down the field. Elusive is there. Nice little intercept looking to get that center. And unfortunate touch into the roof. It's not going to carry it as far as he would have liked it. And a great play here from Jake to Yumi Cheeseman. Yumi Cheeseman puts it in the net. 4-0. And this is a completely different different outcome than I was expecting to see right now after the show that 988 just put on. But maybe a bit of fatigue showing after they just had that intense game between themselves and the boys from Blah.
Yeah, look, it's definitely could be something that's happening there, a bit of fatigue after a stressful match. It also could be the fact that they might be pretty terrified going up against these guys. They know who they are. They're not even going to find a goal here after a great effort that comes through from all 3 of them, in fact. You do see that save come out. Torsos, Jake, and Yummy Cheeseman all rotating really well. And, we're seeing the passing happening a lot. 98 Ping, they're getting a little bit more control in the half, but just not enough, it seems. It's, down to We're Going to Win the LAN, getting it cleared out too quickly, and 988 Ping are having trouble regaining it constantly.
Yeah, and we see there the rotations and defense is really on point at the moment for Win the LAN. As Torsos with a cheeky little back touch to Yumi, as Yumi puts it up for Jake. Jake aren't able to get the contact there. So it's just going to be a wasted chance there. But in saying that, Elusive and Shady are going to join up here. They're going to put it downfield, but it does get cleared out. Now Torsos taking it off the wall, puts it towards net, looking for that second touch, but Spiral's there to get it knocked out. So good defense coming out from 988. But the pressure at the moment is definitely in favour of Win the LAN. But Elusive beats Jake the Tyrant. Oh, sorry, Jake there as it goes up on the wall. Now it's all down to Yumi. Yumi with a nice little touch out. But someone should be there for... Oh, Yumi gets a second touch, though. So he's all over the board right now, you know, just being a real pest as Shady has to go up for it. Not able to get the touch though, as he's looking for the second touch off the wall, but jumps off a bit early, and instead it will be Torsus who takes it downfield, open net, it rolls, and that's going to be a goal there for Win the Land. So it just sort of feels like the rotations for 908 might be a bit lacking as you see all three players on the one side of the field, and just, yeah, not really having that synergy in the rotation and basically everything they had that last game. It's just it seems to they seem to have inherited the blah bug.
Yeah, well, look, it was looking great up until then. It came down to as soon as they made the mistake, we're going to win the land, just took the opportunity to strike, and they've done that well time and time again throughout this particular game. It's a best of 5, of course, so there's still a few chances to come back for 988 ping. We do see, you know, the rotations, the defensive control, it's there, but we're going to win the land. They're just getting all the right challenges at all the right times. It's, you know, absolutely amazing teamwork coming out. And you take a look at it from 988 ping's side, they've got to try and figure out how do they beat them right now, but the rotations in defense from Wigan to win land have been superior so far over 98 ping, and then the way they're transitioning through the midfield into the offensive attacking plays, they're just waiting until they wear 988 ping's defense down, and they're getting a goal every single time. It's hard to combat this.
Yeah, especially when you got Torsos doing things like that to you, you know, a bit of freestyle, gets the second touch, and then lands in front of Spiral and bips him out of the way for this, so he can't get the save. So
especially when Spiral is expecting the first touch from Torsos to be a goal, and when it turns out to be a pass, Spiral's already kind of positioned to try and save the first one. It's really difficult to get, you know, that the change in direction. It's really tough coming up against these guys for 988 ping.
Yeah, each and every one, you know, each and every player, you know, made their mark as a decent, reputable player in the OC scene. You know, they've all played for a top team at some point. Yumi played for Gameroos, and you know, Alpha Sydney, you know, a very good team in its own right. So we're definitely seeing a lot of pressure on 98 ping here as Yumi puts into the back wall, and Jake, oh sorry, no, Torsus actually goes up, sorry, as he misses it. So Jake will be there to back him up. At least he takes it off the back wall, tries to get the touch. It does go into the corner. Yumi is up there, puts it into the crossbar, tries to get that second touch. He does.
Played.
Yumi Cheeseman plays himself off the back wall, and that's going to be the 7-0. Now let's see if how Win the Land are going to treat this, whether or not they're going to let the kickoff go the way they want and try and get that Brazil, or if they are just going to try and go for the shutout clean sheet.
Puts a whole new meaning to the term "play yourself." Normally that's a bad thing as far as I'm aware, but Yummy Cheeseman plays himself to perfection there, it seems. 7-0, almost a Brazil setup, but no goal in the end from 988 ping, which is a little bit unfortunate for them. However, I kind of get the feeling that 7-0 it would be a better result than 7-1, because although that Brazil meme really should be long dead by now, it still rears its ugly head. And it's not fun. It's not fun getting Braziled. It really puts a dent in the confidence. 988 ping, what can they do, Dinosaurs? You've been a player yourself, you know, back in the days of Trinity Esports. I've not really ever been a player. I've dabbled, but I've never actually been a player, so...
Well, the main thing for me watching it is they need to start working on the communication, the rotations. That was the one thing that was killing them, was their rotations and their positioning was hurting them. It was almost like they weren't talking that game because they were constantly, you know, overlapping for balls, or, you know, overlapping on the same, you know, situation where, you know, one person should, you know, start heading up the field or should be rotating the net, and instead no one's doing it. That was killing it. Just before we switch to the next match though, a big shout out to Jake. 4 assists and 4 saves, so he did a lot of work around the field. You know, he was that playmaker. He was the defensive effort. He had a goal. He had a goal as well. So he set up both players for 3 goals apiece. But yeah, I just feel like 988 need to start getting that. Need to start talking a bit more. And hopefully
more of what they had against Flower.
Yeah, exactly. They need a bit more of that you know, aggressive spark. It sort of felt like, you know, they've taken their foot off the gas for that game, and they just let Win the Land run away with that game. But we are going to see game 2. This is a best of 5 as well, so even if they lose this, they've got another chance. But hopefully, you know, they're probably going to want to equalize this, I hope, I mean, they might be some kind of sadistic team that enjoys going for the reverse sweep. But either way, I'd say they probably want to get the equaliser here. So we will see Shady going for it in the corner. Yumi Cheeseman starting it off with a big bang as he does demolish him. Spiral, nice little read, but couldn't get the landing right on the wall as he's just going to spin out. So Torsus is there, but Elusive, nice little touch center, but no one is there to back him up. Yumi Cheeseman, nice little touch forward. I believe it was Torsus popped straight up, but no one's going for it. So Shady is going to take his time, put it down. Jake is there, but a bit of a poor touch, puts it towards his own net. Torsus will be there though, and no one challenging from 988. So you can definitely see the 7-0 result from last game sort of sitting in their head as you see them take a really defensive approach at the start of this game.
Yeah, and to be honest, this isn't such a bad idea, in my opinion. Waiting until they get a good opportunity to strike first is definitely a smart way to play. Definitely safe, and it's going to work out for them. We see Spiral puts it off the backboard, goes for the boost deal, and just rotates immediately out, wants to get back in defense as soon as possible. Shady gets that demo. It wasn't even really required, but of course it's going to help him out, clear the way to get to that ball and put it in the back of the net. So a little bit of a slip up in the defensive rotations there from We're going to win the LAN. And as you said, if 988 Ping lose this one, then they've still got, you know, that opportunity. They'll have to pull out a reverse sweep, and I'll tell you what, after the 7-0 loss, I'm going to make a prediction here. If we're going to win the LAN takeout game 2 as well, I think they're going to pull out the clean sweep. If 988 Ping win this particular game, I'm expecting a game 5.
Alright, so a very bold prediction coming out there, Rankies. We'll have to wait and see if it is true. You know, 98 did get that first goal though this game. So we will see if they can hold on to it or if they're going to eventually crumble and fall to the overwhelming pressure of latency. But either way, the ball goes up in the air. And again, 2 players from 988 Ping going up as Spiral is the last remaining defender. He does sort of get a good clearance there, but Jake with a nice little intercept. Ricochets off his nose though. No one's back, and Elusive gets credited with that goal. So a big opening.
If you look
there.
at Torsus here,
Torsus,
how bad does he feel? Just watching it roll towards his own net, and there's nothing he can do about it. They're taking it well though.
Yeah, so a bit unfortunate there, Jake, with the own goal. So he's going to be credited with that. This time he's trying to get a proper goal here, realizing that he did actually put it in the wrong net, but unable to redeem himself there, as it was a good little defensive effort to force him to tap it high. Jake is there with a good intercept straight to Yumi, and 2 players from 98 go for that ball, but it does sort of work out. Shady not able to get the half backflip there in time. Yumi Cheeseman with that great touch though. Literally wanted. That was a wanted level shot there. Bends it around the defender and slots it behind them. So nice little touch there by him. And that Operation Carry Jake coming out apparently. So let's see if they can pull it off. But I feel like 988 are looking a lot more confident, and definitely, you know, they're playing with that confidence they had in those first few games against Blah.
Absolutely, and you know, you're absolutely right with the way that was played. Shady unfortunately missing out the half flip. What was important in that goal is Torsus kept his composure and got the pass off the sidewall to Yummy Cheeseman, and Yummy Cheeseman did the rest, and we're seeing that once again. Jake the Tyrant trying to get in and prove that he's not being carried here. Didn't get the pass off the backboard to give it to Torsus in the first place as he shoots it high. A little bit of a touch there. Ends up going in off the back of Yummy Cheeseman. So definitely we're seeing we're going to win the LAN. They started out this game looking just a little bit sketchy, a few mistakes here and there, but they've regained their composure and they're managing to keep it right now. 988 Ping, that's really going to hurt them. The fact they had such a good start and it's being combated and brought back so quickly in the favor of we're going to win the LAN, that could once again put them down in the dumps. It's going to be up to them to make the pass plays happen. And again, play it smart and safe. Wait for your opportunity, guys.
Yes, sirree, Bob. As Spiral, a nice little touch there, gets it off the back wall, stops the direct pass down. As Jake, though, good intercept, puts it into the back wall once more. Spiral with a bit of an unfortunate touch, though. It does just pop up off his roof, and Elusive waits it nice and steady there as Torsus comes in, though. So we're seeing a lot of back and forth here as Alpha Cheeseman or Win the LAN are refusing to let it go. And Yumi Cheeseman puts it on target. Great save, though, but suddenly there's miscommunication as Spiral, I believe, didn't actually go for that. And that's going to hurt them as we're going to win the LAN, suddenly go up 3-0. Spiral, I think, he was caught in a bit of a flip situation there where he just couldn't stop. He'd already started flipping and couldn't get that rotation in time to get the shot, get the save. So we're going to land suddenly up 3-0 as Lucy with a nice little kick off there as he does stop it. Blocks the attempt from Yumi Cheeseman as well. Another block coming out from Spiral. So 98 playing a really good prediction game here and stopping everything that that they wanted, that we're going to win the lane, wanted to start off this half with, and all of a sudden Torsos gets shattered there, unable to get up in time, as Elusive, proving too elusive here with that shot. So well played for him. They finally get the they get the equalizer, not finally, as it was a quick deficit they found themselves in, but they responded well, and they are back in this game. Rankies 3-3.
Absolutely, it's shaping up to be quite the game too here. It's going to be important to see 988 Ping again continue to wait until they get their right opportunity. We're going to win the land. Seem to have a habit in this particular game of rushing things, and it's not worked out for them all the time. Game 1, it went really well for them. However, 988 Ping definitely figuring it out, it seems. More importantly, the past players from We're Going to Win the Land haven't been there as much, and 98 Ping have done a really good job of taking control of that situation too.
Yeah, and as we've seen, a good little touch from Spiral there. But the passing play coming out from We're Going to Win the Land. Unfortunately, Yumi not able to get a decent angle on that. So he's going to put it wide. Jake goes up along with Shady. Shady realizing he's not going to make it, so he makes a smart decision, gets back down on the ground, trying to get that second touch. But it is defended here. And Torsos with a nice little touch. He's going to play himself, plays it down. Spiral gets up nice and early, though, and does get the save. Jake unable to get the forward touch as suddenly Yumi Cheeseman's in a bad spot, as he's forced to pretty much back boost. And Spiral, poor touch though, sends it back towards his own net. Elusive scrambling to get back there, and now he's going to put a center, but it's a pretty poor touch. Torsos touches the gate. Jake puts it on net. Jake scores!
What a shot.
So a great play, punishing the poor decision making there by 988. Spiral not really needing to hit that back, instead does. Suddenly puts Elusive, on the back foot. He can't really do too much with it. Tries to get a touchdown field instead of just playing with it, for a bit more, and sends it straight to Torsos. Torsos puts it center to Jake, and then all of a sudden, they find themselves back 4-3 down. Spiral, a nice little touch towards net. Yumi Cheeseman is there. In comes Shady, but it pops it straight up. Elusive trying to get there, but Torsos proving too quick. So he's going to take it up. Yumi Cheeseman pops it downfield. It is kept up by Shady. Unable to get the touch was Elusive there, and we're going to win the land. Find themselves 2-0 up in this best of 5 series. So now we're in a position to see if they can clean sweep it and if your prediction will come true, Rankies. However, if 98 can play like they just did then, we're definitely going to see a close third game.
Yeah, look, to be honest, I was expecting We're Going to Win the Land to have a complete and handled Game 2 win here as well. But 98 Ping really stuck it too. We're Going to Win the Land. That kind of does change things. I still want to see the Game 5. I've still got that gut feeling that we're going to win the land. We're going to pull the clean sweep here, but this being such a close game, that could really give 988 Ping a lot of confidence boost, and they've got to keep in their heads that right now, this is their last life. They need the reverse sweep here. They can't let anything go through.
Indeed. So we will have to see what's going on here, as we're currently waiting for the third game to get underway. All players are in, and the countdown does go on. So we're going to land on the orange side, as they are 2-0 up in this best of 5 grand finals. We have 988 Ping on the blue side, and both teams have fought quite hard to get here. As I do believe I saw a few series for We're Going to Land where it actually went to 2-1. I believe they went to a 2-1 against Magnitude, but they're showing no signs of slowing down here. It's only 15 seconds in. Yumi Cheeseman with a great touch there. Beats the defense and goes straight to Torsos. Torsos puts it in bottom right corner, slotting it under the defense. Defender who was trying to jump out in time. So well played for them, and a 1-0 lead going towards We're Going to Win the Land.
Yeah, and one important thing to remember from Game 2 there, as we see Torsos miss the boost grab initially, is that We're Going to Win the Land gained a lot more momentum in the end of Game 2 than 988 Ping managed to keep. So the first goal to We're Going to Win the Land here kind of being reflected the fact that at the moment they've currently got the lead and controlling the series. Really would have liked to have seen the first goal go to 988 Ping. Could have seen a closer series overall. This is just going to make it even tougher for them.
Yeah, well, we still have 4 minutes remaining in Game 3, so there's a good chance for the turnaround. Shady, I know they run onto elusive pass there, so a bit unfortunate they weren't able to connect that. As Spiral, good challenge there, forces Jade to put his hand up, but a nice little touch there, coming out, I believe, from Torsos.
Hmm.
And Yumi Cheeseman's actually going to redirect this off the wall towards center. No one there to help him out though. Spiral puts it downfield. Jake is there, but Shady comes flying in, taps it down. Maybe not the touch he was wanted, but either way, Spiral is there to put it into the corner. It pops straight up. Yumi Cheeseman going up. It's a big whiff there by both Elusive, and Yumi Cheeseman drops down right in front of the net for, I believe it is We Are the Land. We're going to win the land. But Shady challenging Yumi on this side while he Torsos pops it up over the head of Spiral, and it's on Elusive's shoulders here to take it downfield. A good little touch, gets around one. Beats the second with a nice little bip. Elusive with a nice little flip, trying to regain control, unable to get there in time. As Shady puts it towards the center. No one's there. Spiral coming in a bit too late, unfortunately, as Yumi Cheeseman was able to beat him to the touch and get the clearance here as Torsos takes it downfield. But Shady able to get that stop on the corner. He's going to take it up, beats one defender. It goes over there to Jake. He's looking for this second touch here to get that bounce. Bounces out Torsos though. Good little read, and he's going to take it downfield, Rankies.
And one thing that I've noticed is that it seems like 988 Ping are being a little bit outclassed mechanically here. I mean, earlier on we saw that aerial whiff from Elusive. You can see what he was trying to do. He was trying to slow himself down enough in the air and keep the height of his car at an appropriate level where he could smack it in off the bottom of his tires. Really what he should have been doing is turning around backwards. Comparatively, you see all the shots coming out from We're Gonna Win the Land. All of them have just been absolutely on point. You see the way that Jake at the time positions his car there and gets the timing of the flip absolutely down on point, throws it in the back and then at the fastest speed that he can possibly manage to develop from the position that he was in. So shot mechanics have been a little bit lacking for 98 Ping. Definitely not a huge disadvantage as long as you can keep your positioning and your overall team plays going well. It's going to give you a big chance. However, if We're Going to Win the Land have got that on point as well as the mechanics, then you do kind of expect to see the result that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, so they are 2-0 up. We are just past the halfway point. Spiral taps it up, looking to play himself, as unfortunately Jake is going to intercept it. A bit of a hard touch there for his second touch, so unable to control it in the air, get that aerial dribble he was after. Elusive though, bit of a poor decision there. Goes up on the wall and gets himself stuck backwards. Elusive trying to come across there to redeem himself after a good clearance by Shady. But once again, the defensive pressure coming out from We're Going to Win the Land is proving far too strong for the players over at 98 Ping, as they just can't seem to get anything past them in this game number 3. Torsos plays it downfield. Spiral is there. A bit of a poor touch as Elusive's forced to come off his goal line and try and get out to the ball. Jake stops it though, but a good little play there. I believe it was Elusive, put it on target. Oh, sorry, towards the back wall as Shady tried to follow it up. Not able to get there though. Torsos with a cheeky little touch, but unfortunately no one was there to follow in to back him up. Shady beats one, tries to get the flick over the second, able to get it though as it bounces off the side wall. In comes Spiral. Spiral not getting the touch he wanted. A backflip there, not sure if he was after that or a side flip, but either way, a good chance, unfortunately unable to capitalise as it is cleared out here by Yumi Cheeseman. Spiral is going to be there, but it certainly looks like We're Going to Land are going to win this online tournament.
I mean, it's looking like it, and one thing I've noticed, we're not seeing the good plays that we've seen from Elusive previously. It worries me that he might be on the tilt train a little bit, which is always a possibility. There's just under a minute remaining. They still have time to be able to get this. However, they need to score as soon as possible within the next 10 seconds if they want to keep themselves within this with a chance. A lot of lag happening on the server right now. I'm not sure if that's just me or I think it's everyone. I think it's the server.
Yeah, I think the servers might be having a bit of troubles, but as we say that, Shady and Elusive team up and finally push it in. So, yeah, how did you score with that lag coming out? So, Psionics Blizz.
They need to fix the LAN build that Yummy Cheeseman is saying they're playing on. LAN server's so bad.
So a bit unfortunate there for Mr. Cheeseman himself, as he obviously can't handle the lag on this LAN build. As Elusive though, proving a bit too good here as he gets around all 3 players. Yumi Cheeseman is there, but he's only going to get as far as Elusive once again as he gets a good stop. Jake, though, on the goal line is going to take it downfield after a nice little defensive clear. Beats Shady in that 1v1 on the wall, but Spiral was there. Spiral almost put it on top of Shady to get the redirect, but Shady is going to get there, puts it into the corner. Yumi Cheeseman coming in. Elusive with a good block. It goes off the back wall. Jake able to get up in time as there was no offensive pressure from 988 Ping, as it does keep it up. They need to keep this ball up to get the equalizer, forced overtime to try and bring this into a game 4, but it doesn't look like anyone's going to get there. Shady not able to get there, so win the land, take the first 2KF1 Tuesday 3v3 tournament here in a clean sweep fashion, just as you predicted, Rankies. So well played for them. They're going to earn $15. So $5 between each of them. I do believe Nutters was also one of the people putting, or if not the sole person putting up the price. So big shout out to him for sponsoring this tournament. And of course, well run by Flying Finn, and I believe it's Azabad. I may be mistaken there, but I do believe. Yeah, Azabad. So well run by them. I didn't actually see any issues from what I was watching, but yeah. So that I don't really have anything to add. That's just a well played game. 2-1 in favour of Win the Land for game number 3. But unfortunately, 98 ping after a tremendous effort of going through Blah, not to get the win. So big shout out to Nutters though for hosting us tonight, Rinkies.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to give the love to Nutters, one of our prized Rocket League hosts. Also, CSGO does a really good job over on that as well. So yeah, props for the $15 prize being given up as well. It's it is only a community tournament. It's the first one being run, so hopefully if this tournament grows and they start to get a little bit more attention, they might be able to increase that, perhaps double it up to 30, something more like the RLA A bracket. It's definitely nice to have something come in and fill that Tuesday time slot ever since the disappearance of Game Ruse and Mocket leaving the scene, etc. So
yeah,
really well. I just want to say, really well played overall to We're Gonna Win the Land. A 98 ping towards the end of that. They picked up a lot of steam within those last 30 seconds. They started to play a smarter game in the sense of they were getting a lot more boost grabs, trying to deprive We're Gonna Win the Land of boost, and they were making all the right decisions towards the end. Unfortunately, it was just a little bit too late, and they didn't have enough time to be able to finish that one off.
Yeah, and as you were saying, hopefully they get a bit more attention. They actually had, this is their first tournament they've ever hosted, and they had 29 team sign-up rankings.
Yeah,
that is a
amazing.
lot of players for a first tournament. So
we held a solid 45 to 50 viewers as well. So massive thanks to everyone in the chat.
Yeah, Beth, definitely, big shout out. Thank you for joining us so early in the year as well. My name is Xenosaurs. I've been joined by the wonderful host Nutters and last year's Community Caster of the Year, Rankies. So make sure you hit that follow button on Twitch if you haven't already. Follow us on the Twitter and Facebook. I do believe we have the links coming up in chat shortly for you. And yeah, if you can hit that subscribe, of course, everything you donate to us does actually come back to us and helps us produce, a greater production quality. So the hosts, they get better gear, and that way we can continue bringing better action and just all around better experiences here at AGTV.
Absolutely, and last but not least, we can also give a kind shout out to Alienware. They sponsored Abyss. We're also owned by Abyss, so we do get a little bit of piece of that as well. So it's nice to be able to give them a little bit of promotion as well, and give them a massive thanks for supporting and promoting what we're doing.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. My name is Dinosaurs, not was. I was joined by Rankers and Nutters, and we shall see you next time.